Hi guys, it's Gavin here. I thought I'd do a little preview for the game ahead on the early kickoff, Arsenal v Nottingham Forest, concerning an Arsenal supporter, an Arsenal fan, whatever you want to put it. Um, so yeah, um, Nottingham Forest. We'll start with them. Last game, they unexpectedly got beaten off of West Ham 3-0. Um, yeah, they were very poor that game. And it's the worst game I've seen Morgan Gibbs White have in a Nottingham Forest shirt and in a while. He was giving the ball away so often. Their midfield just seemed disjointed from the attack. It just didn't seem good at all. Um, Chris Wood, obviously, he's always a danger. Never used to be, but he seemed to have come of age and he's scoring goals for fun now. So Raya's clean sheet, good form, I should say. Obviously, we conceded against Liverpool, but the rocket free kick. He was always going to concede that, to be fair. What goalkeeper was going to save it? I can't think of one. So yeah, Gibbs White needs to have a good game. You've got it in Doy now. He's a good player. I think it's that one for Bologna. I enjoyed watching him at Bologna, so he might be a good watch. Anyway, all to Arsenal now, where yes, I've already commented on it. We got beaten off of Liverpool at Anfield 1-0. To be fair, both teams weren't at the races. Um, Liverpool got their break, got their goal. That's all they need, to be fair. On a defensive standpoint, I thought we were pretty decent. I think Mo Salah was very quiet. I think it's the quietest I've seen him for a while in one game particularly. So that goes out a shout out to Carl Fiore. He definitely starts as long as he hasn't picked up an injury internationally, which I don't think he has, not from what I've been told. Um, so yeah, he starts. Keeps Lewis Skelly out, in my opinion, and Carl Fiore has been very solid. Even on Julian Timber's side, he seems solid. He's cementing that right back position of his own. Obviously Saliba's injured. Apparently he can be available for Saturday. I wouldn't chance it. Mascara came in and played an absolute blinder. He needs to stay in. Mascara, for a debut at Anfield with all those Liverpool fans absolutely screaming at you, he was unfazed. I think there was only one time he maybe gave the ball away, and it did cause a bit of a panic, a bit of fluster at the back. But apart from that, he was solid. Gabriel was in there. And David Raya, I've had a bit of an issue with David Raya recently. I think his output at the back just seems to be a bit meh. It just doesn't seem good at all. But Saka's still injured, so that does cause a bit of a hmm. But Noni Madueke, when he was playing for England, he scored a goal. And it's quite a good goal actually. Ball played in behind on his wing. He's absolutely tranced, absolutely outpaced his opponent, got into the box, and just kind of slowly dinked it over the keeper. Is the only way I can kind of put it. Um, Maybe lift it over the keeper. Maybe that would be a better way to put it. But I think it's going to be a big game for Gyökeres. Gyökeres needs to have the confidence, which I think he will do with now kind of being familiar with his teammates now, where get the shots on goal, sorry. They may come in goals. Just get involved in the game. That is what I ask. The way he's going to do that, and I don't think an awful lot of Arsenal fans will support this, I would play Ethan Wanyeri in this game. I was very, very, very frustrated that he was not even a substitute in the Liverpool game, where Odegaard was, and he only trained about a day and a half, like maybe 2 days at most. Even Wanyeri was the better player when Odegaard got taken off against Leeds, where we scored, what, four more goals? I mean, every time Odegaard plays, it's just slow, lethargic build up. Gyökeres is starved. Wanyeri came on, and Gyökeres scored a goal. Not even going to count his penalty. Gyökeres scored his 1-on-1. Like, it's not as hard as that. Um, on the left, I think he plays Eze, but I don't think he plays as a left winger. In my opinion, he plays as a more left-sided attacking midfielder. And I think Noni Madueke could also play that right side attacking midfielder too. Um, but I also don't think there's going to be that many positions while in play, and that doesn't make an awful lot of sense. But hear me out. I think Nottingham Forest will be pinned back in their own box, um, like most teams we play against are. Um, I don't see them doing anything special defensively. I think they'll just defend in groups. So that means Eze, well, the likes of Eze, possibly Wanyeri, but more than likely it'll be Odegaard, um, Madueke, all pinned on the edge of the box. Even Rice, even Zubamendi, they'll all be on the edge of the box, getting the crosses in, getting the shots in, get the crosses in. Zubamendi is phenomenal at picking out his man in the box. You saw it against, you saw it at Spain for the whatever goal it was. He also done it for Gyökeres in pre-season. You know, he can put a ball in, so can Declan Rice, get the balls into Gyökeres. Yes, he might not be prolific with his head, but he's a prolific goal scorer. But enough said. Um, but yeah, I think it'll be a slow starter, bit of a slow burner to begin with. I think Arsenal will then take the front foot, possibly after the 30th, 25th, 30th minute, go all out, press higher, win the ball higher, put more balls in the box, possibly get more corners, which I will step in and say something about that later because it's starting to kind of bug me. Um, just do the basics well, and the rest will follow. That's just how Arsenal need to play week in, week out. Do the basics, get the balls in the box, get the ball to Gyökeres, the goal scorer that we've been all crying out for years, and he'll score goals. No doubt about that. We're already what 4 games in. He's already scored 2 goals. Yes, they were in one match, but United we weren't brilliant, and the other one was at Anfield. So the fourth game is at home against Forest. So I think he'll score a goal. I think Madueke will either score or assist, if I'm being honest. I keep saying, and I'll say every week until it happens, because I think he genuinely will. Especially with that confidence he's bringing off of England. But I hope Arteta is watching the international scene and he's actually seeing how these boys play and what brings it out of them. What brings a great performance out of them. Madueke, go watch England. He scored a goal. He played really well against Serbia. Zubamendi even was phenomenal with Spain. Marino will more than likely be on the bench, but he's got a hat trick in one game. Mental. I know, mental. Um, but yeah, what I was going to say though was the corner situation. Yes, we're very good at set pieces. I completely understand that. But when you're actively not putting the ball in the box and you're actively trying to win a corner instead, that's a bit of a concern that you have no positivity going forward. You have no confidence in the man that's going to score the goals or where the goals are going to come from apart from set pieces. That really, really worries me and it really frustrates me too. Hopefully, you'll hear me in the review and it'll be totally different from what I'm saying now. I can't possibly say that is what's going to happen, but I hope it does. As of goal predict or score predictions, I should say, I think Arsenal will win 3-0. And now I said 3-0. I'm worried because Nottingham Forest are capable of scoring goals. I just see it being very difficult for them to get out their own half. This is where Morgan Gibbs White and Chris Wood need to be on their top game. They need to be actually playing very, very well. If they are not, I don't see Nottingham Forest scoring a goal at all. If they are, I do see them scoring at least one. If they are playing well, I'd possibly say it's going to be a 2-1 itchy affair. If they aren't, I see Arsenal running away with it 3-0. I really do. Um, Hopefully the 3-0 happens. I'm not too sure. We'll have to see on the lineup. As I say, apparently Saliba is fit. I don't want him to play, especially if it is a ankle sprain, something like that. Do not rush him back. On Banyeri, enough said on that. He needs to play. But yeah, that is my kind of prediction. More than likely, people will not agree with me. That is absolutely fine. Everyone's allowed their own opinion, free speech, and all that. Comment below what changes you would make or what your score prediction are. I would very much like to hear and read what you guys think. That's what we do. That's why we do it, is to get our opinions out and to hear and listen to your opinions. So please comment below. Please go to our TikTok. We are trying to post every day. So go show some love on that. Give this video a quick like. And hopefully you will be seeing me when Arsenal absolutely smash Nottingham Forest at home. Gyökeres goal, I think, Madueke player of the match. Enough said, really. Yeah.